Today we're going to play an indie game called Landlord Super. It's by the same developer as Jalopy, and look, he's even included a jump function. Yay! Landlord Super is an early access building simulation set in a dystopian 1980s Britain. You start your journey waking up inside a dirty old caravan. Home sweet home. Let it be documented today that this is still an accurate depiction of life in England, but only if you live in the north. Here in the south we already have flying cars and have destroyed cancer, but those stories are for another day. You'll quickly become familiar with the basic controls, which include the ability to jump at the cost of 1% energy per leap. So 100 leaps later and you're dead, or passed out, whatever it is that happens when you stop moving involuntarily. Crouching in this game gives you the unique ability to choose the height at which you crouch, all the way from levitating like some miracle man to squishing yourself so small that you could fit your whole body inside one shoe. I mean, it does make the caravan look bigger at least. The next thing you'll become familiar with is your wang, as the game allows you to unzip your pants so that you can redecorate your home with a worrying splash of colour. But don't use all your pee up, savour it like a hidden power. Only you and I know that you have this secret ability to pee on demand, something I lost control of in my life years ago. Another fun thing to be discovered is the fact that you vomit when you spin. This of course is an excellent icebreaker for when you meet new people. With pee and puke bringing a new colour to your life, you're ready to start your day. Through the door pops some letters, one informing you of your new mortgage agreement, with the keys to your late uncle's property attached. Oh, I knew I tried to kill Uncle Lutfi in my previous video, but I didn't really know why. Turns out the old bugger was a cash cow. The letter goes on to inform you of a £5,000 debt, a sight that would make even the bravest of people piss on the ceiling. So, Uncle's not much of a cash cow really, he's more like a cash horse. I say horse because everyone knows that horses are jerks. If we take a quick look at the user interface, it reveals all the essential meters to monitor in any survival game, including energy, which you'll discover runs out super fast, meaning you're likely a narcoleptic. Bladder, which you'll need to empty frequently because it's fun to pee on people and things. Why it's actually in the game I don't know, but let's assume you get kidney stones if you don't urinate often enough. Hygiene, because we've had enough of being the smelliest person in any room we enter. And lastly, sobriety, because being a game based in England, alcohol is basically what your blood is made of. The final thing you will notice on the UI is that you are currently skint, or, to my non-British friends, poor as fuck. On the bright side of things, it is 11 degrees outside, which means it must be a hot day in British summertime standards. Haha, I made a joke about the weather and I'm British. I can hear someone outside. The speech bubble makes me think they want to talk to us, which is something I try to avoid at all costs. He also looks like he's up to no good, so we'll do what I always do in situations I feel uncomfortable about and hide in bed, hoping they resolve themselves. Persistent little bugger, aren't you? We could try sleep longer, maybe just a few days. Is there a cap to the number of days you can sleep in this game? If the character is anything like me, then no. Well, what can I say? The game isn't set in the 1980s anymore. The year is now 1,774,171,099. It's officially a futuristic dystopian Britain, and besides smelling a little bad, I appear to be well. And more surprisingly, I didn't piss myself during my time travelling coma. Let's see what the future world has to offer. Oh really? You must be the great a lot more greats grandson of the person who was originally here. It's like a rite of passage for this family to come and fail at breaking into this property. I guess we are left with no choice but to talk to you. His name's Scouse Jimmy. What kind of sci-fi name is that? He also speaks a strange form of broken English. Nice. Rejected by a future man for smelling bad. You try sleeping for 1 billion years without acquiring a pong. 3 clothed showers later, we're ready to try and communicate with this scouse. So basically he is our go-to guy for learning all things building related. When we need him, we can find him in the pub, which is information I could have guessed before he even bothered to tell me. Again, England and alcohol. Seriously people, it's not funny, it's a national health problem. Upon opening the gate and passing through a magical cloud of piss, you stand before your uncle's story excuse of a home. At this point it becomes very clear that we will require a lot of teaching from our scouse friend. Before we will ever be able to rent out this property and become the landlord we have always dreamed of being, we will need to fix it up, which I guess requires money, which I guess requires work. Oh god, I'm not liking this game already, it's too real. There are 2 quick jobs in the beginning. The first basically gets stolen from you as you can't drive. However, as a reward for giving up the job, you are gifted a free skip outside your property that you can use to scrap items for cash. You also receive a supply catalogue so that you can make purchases from the telephone box blocks outside of your house instead of having to run all the way into town. Handy. The next job teaches you the scrapping process as you help the scouse rob a building site. You learn such valuable lessons such as picking up and dropping items into a wheelbarrow. After the work is complete, you are told payment will come tomorrow morning and that you should go to bed as there's nothing else happening. This has been my motto since I was born. Let's just snooze although we've already slept for a billion years, followed by freshening up with a quick shower. I take hygiene really quite seriously. As you try to leave for a second time in a row, letters pop through your door. The postman must be watching us. One of the letters is from the scouse, who basically lets you know he's not going to pay, but he's going to give you his wheelbarrow. I think it's fair. Wheelbarrows are impossible to find around these parts, especially this far into the future. Now the real fun begins, as you have a choice between two ways to make some cash. Option A has you doing a British favourite pastime of searching the countryside for mouldy cushions and broken sinks in order to scrap them for money. Two things spring to mind. Why are there so many broken sinks? It's like this village is where sinks go to die, and who the heck would buy a mouldy cushion? You know what, I'm not going to question this. I live in a piss-stained caravan, so who am I to judge? Option B requires you to wash dishes in the pub for £4 an hour. Cha-ching! Between the two options, I would say washing dishes is by far the easier option, considering there is no real effort on my part, whereas trying to load the wheelbarrow full of crap that sells for next to nothing just makes me want to set myself on fire and ski down a mountain. Both things I hate equally. I guess job centre and dishwashing it is. What? The pub isn't open? But it's 10:22 and this is England. It would have opened 6 hours ago. Okay, enough alcohol jokes. Let's find something to do for a few hours. Wow, that was truly a magical 2 hours. It's a shame I forgot to record it. Never mind. Scouse Jimmy's already inside waiting for us. He gives a hot piece of info on a house to rob for supplies. But being the honest, hard-working person I am, I'm not sure how I feel about stealing. He also explains what tools we will require and to purchase them from the hardware store. Let's wash some dishes to clear our troubled minds and come to a decision by morning. Right, I think we should just go speak to number 9 and ask if we can have any supplies they don't need. I don't think anyone is home. Let's check the back and be sure. Well, this was a waste of time. We'll have to go back to the site empty-handed for now. I'm proud that I have managed to resist the temptations to steal. Let's just do what we can. Not much it turns out. We need some form of toolage to be able to build things, as this is a little more complicated than my Lego set. Let's go in the hardware store. Ah, a self-service type thing. You just look in the catalogue and make an order. Simple enough. Okay, these are very pricey. I can't really afford any of this stuff and I really don't feel like working for my money. If only there were tools we could borrow. Tools that were, let's say, protected by some form of see-through force field. This gives me an idea. Well, that did nothing, but we could use this ladder to get the tools behind the window. What do you mean this isn't realism? Have you ever tried it? Graham, I'm just going to borrow these. I don't think his name is Graham. Graham, don't look at me like that. He sure acts like a Graham. We're just going to borrow these without your consent and return them at a date we choose fit. It isn't stealing if we're honest about it. I mean, the amount of YouTube videos I've seen of people using the primitive hand mixer when they could have just borrowed the cement mixer 2000 from Graham is unbelievable. More people need to know about his generosity. How do we get the tools home though, especially this cement mixer? I suppose we could just disguise it as a newborn baby and take it on the bus. That was easy. Before we start work, I'd just like to double check we didn't leave any tools unborrowed, as that would be rude. Well, there's a fancy light in this pot of paint. Don't think we have any use for either of these items. Now we can begin the real hard work. And we're done. Right, back to town to find out the next leg of our journey. Oh, cars! Very jalopy-like. Sorry, mate. I seem to have blocked your path with my lighting rig. Allow me to just move it. Mate, why? I see we have some jalopy-level jerkage drivers on our hands. Your day will come, believe me. Your day will come. Back on the building site, we can empty the mixer and make our bed more beddier at the same time. Next, we'll mix up a solution of papier-mâché and fix up some of the walls to make them wallier. All in all, things got moorier, and it was a goodier day.
Stop already.
Unfortunately for us, in the 1980s, there were no mobile phones, so it means yet another trip into town to meet our scouse friend. I think we're going to be forced to do something I didn't ever want to have to do, pay for something. The remaining tools we need are safely guarded by lasers and killer robots. No, not really. I just couldn't reach them. Right, home time. And what's this I spy? A car stuck behind our light? I'm not moving it for you this time. You can move around it. Yeah, just like that. It's weird, I can shove my ladder into the car. Oh my. I didn't expect that, sorry. Right, back to work. We'll just steal bricks from this wall. Yes, I said steal. I'm done living a lie. A few journeys later and we're ready to finish working on our house. We can patch up the walls now we've got the trowel. Then mix some more paste to get the bricks in place. I'm going to need more bricks. Not sure where from, as I've already collected what we could from the pub. I mean, there are still some, but they're kind of wall shaped. Let me try something. This appears to just break them. Yep, it definitely just breaks them. Crap, we're going to have to pay for something else. Will this torment never end? The bricks arrived on site with speed thanks to Winston. Now just to unload them carefully. Back to the scouse for the next piece of the puzzle. It seems like we're going to fix the roof. Not that I see the importance of this, as I've been roof free for 3 years now. He also mentioned a job on the church where we could steal supplies. I'll accept the work and we can check it out and borrow a few supplies. I'm back to borrowing now. Keep up. Patching up the roof is easy, especially in the rain. Anytime you feel like you're in danger of falling, the roof throws you to safety. Thanks, roof.
Don't mention it, prick.
Having been saved so hard I fractured my neck, I decided to take a break for the night and return in the morning. The sun is up and the roofing, to my surprise, is much easier. So easy in fact we can return to the church and actually do the work for them. That'll do. Let's return to the dodgy scrap dealer to collect our reward. No money, you say? A cassette tape, you say? Let me think about this. Sure, I'll take it. But I feel like I'm ripping you off, as I imagine cassettes are worth a lot in the year 1 billion. Here, I'll stroke your horse to even out the deal. Good boy or girl, Seabiscuit. Good jerk horse. Having finished the job, I realised I was a few shingles short of finishing my own roof. So reluctantly we will need to purchase more. Now to carefully unload them. Great, the roof is done to a standard just below what is considered safe. So I think it's a job well done. Back to the scouse again. You see the pattern in this game, right? Back to him for part 3 or 4. I've lost track, sorry. Part 3 or 4 of this grand adventure. Windows and doors. I ordered some doors from the catalogue and screwed them in with such excitement that I'd almost forgot about the windows. Silly me. The hilarity of this situation. Imagine a house with no windows. How would anyone get a view of their neighbours sleeping? The house is really starting to come together. I'm surprised that it looks like a place someone could actually live. Let's begin advertising immediately in the only way I know how. Hi. Damn, I'm out of pee. I'm sure they'll understand. It's late and I'm too tired to pee anymore. Oh, the buses aren't running. How do we get home? Walk, you say? No way. I think it's a nice enough night that we can just curl up on top of this mini. Besides, Anne tends to carry us home every time we pass out, and I wouldn't want to deprive her of her fetish. As morning broke, Winston returned to drop stuff off. It allowed me to screw in the last window. We were finally ready for phase 3 or 4. I said that already? Whatever, the Prophet Scouse told us that we were going to be doing plasterboards next. I enjoyed the plasterboarding. There's something oddly satisfying in hammering the nails in such carefully measured places. Whoops, looks like we've overdone it. Never mind, Anne's here, so we're going home for the night. Winston dropped off more plasterboards. I always admire how carefully he makes his deliveries. It's the reason I keep calling him back. Cool, that's the end of the plasterboard phase. Back to the scouse. Furniture. Great, my favourite part. Organised in a living space. I refuse to buy any of the furniture, so it's going to be made of items we find around the place. I've already gathered a bunch, but let's go back out and find more. Who put the ladder in the doorway? What is this? This is weird. Weirder. Wet. Ouch. I don't know if we should be here. I think the game thinks I'm still on the ladder, so when I jump it pushes me backwards? Oh, okay, it's fixed this. No, wait, it hasn't. This doesn't feel right. Graham, help me. Cool. I'm like a really lame superhero. Landlord builder guy. I have the ability to float slowly towards you or leap backwards like an angry squid. Whee! Okay, we're safely back on the ground. Because I'm unable to reach my bed, I have a feeling like this isn't going to resolve itself this time. I'll just pull the power out of my computer and reset it. Be right back. Alright, I'm back alive. The computer reset and it only took 3 hours this time. Let's put some shaggy carpets in the property, as this really boosts the value of the place in my opinion. Who doesn't like asthma? And some curtains. Outdoors, of course. You don't need to clean or open them if they're outdoors, as the rain and wind do the work for you. Now some wallpaper. There was quite a wide selection, but I decided just to grab the grandma style stuff and put it everywhere. Lastly, we can install a shower in the doorway. I mean, IQ 1000 right here. Now you can wash the germs germs off you from the outside as soon as you step inside. We don't seem to take our clothes off anyway, so it'll clean them too. Just to add a final touch of class, we'll put the TV near the toilet. Now you can cook, poop, and watch TV all from the same place. Houses of the future, hey? Right, the house is finished for real. So now we'll go to this weird guy who smokes near babies. What a prick. And sign up for some tenants. Then we will wait for the postman. Perfect timing as always. Honestly, I'm not very picky, so I'll just take any of them. I don't really plan on actually doing anything except watching them occasionally. Well, hello there. Upon departure, the tenant just posts a note to say his goodbyes. Try harder with your next tenant. The fact I even went outside to look at you was a huge effort. The rest of my tenants, I'm literally just going to sleep through their tenancy and collect the money at the end. Well, this is a great idea, except it's not really. I'm not really reeling in the cash. Let's just sell the house and become millionaires. Back to the baby abuser. Cool, he's given me 13,000 for the property. That's a lot of money considering I started with none. Time to celebrate in true British fashion. We'll just break into the police headquarters. Hi mate, I shouldn't be here. Game breaker. What the f***, you racist bastard. The next part of celebrating in true British style has us purchase a pallet truck. This is something every British child receives as a gift on their 16th birthday. But what does one do with a pallet truck? They go all aliens on the cars. How do you like me now? This also gives me a new idea. Let's make a really big barricade on the bridge. Then when cars show up, we'll just push them into the canal. You might think this is harsh, but it's actually a good way to make friends here in England. I met my grandparents by pushing their house into a canal. Right, cars successfully canaled. We'll do phase 3 of the Get British or Die Trying scheme. Pub, yep, pub, and piss, and drink, and piss, and pub, and piss, and drink our piss. To be British is a gift. After that headbanger of a night, I returned to town to recollect the borrowed tools. As they apparently reset when you turn the game off, we'll also just push another car into the canal, just for good measures, as they seem to reset as well. Watching the car peacefully adapt into its new environment has given me an idea for a new plan. Oh my, a newer plan in this already plan-filled video? What on earth could it be? Well friends, we're going to block the road and then capture the townsfolk and imprison them on our plot of land. Simple. Well, it would have been simple, except I was doing it, so it wasn't. Firstly, I blocked Winston from being able to make his deliveries by blocking the road too early. I helped him break through by pushing a few cars out the way. Next, we'll just unload the truck carefully. Now to build again. It was tedious enough the first time around and I was only patching up a house. Building one from scratch? Ugh, the pain I feel is difficult to express into words, but I'm going to try with an example I hope you can relate to. It's the kind of pain you feel deep down, the kind you feel when you wake up suddenly in the middle of the night to find a confused older gentleman clipping your nails with his teeth. That's the kind of pain I feel. Anyway, I continued to get deliveries and I continued to unload them with the kind and tender care you'd show a friend's baby. It's lucky that I have some ranching experience as the deliveries began to be delivered fresh out of the wild. Whoa girl, easy. You rest now. Let's build some more quickly, just enough to house our cars. The TV we used to block the road appears to be multiplying every time we go to bed. I assume this is normal behaviour for TVs in the wild, so let's not question this logic. Instead, let's move our cars into place, and by our cars, I mean the cars of the drivers who are too stupid to drive around the TV. We'll have to be careful so we don't injure the cars. If the cars stop being movable, I discovered you can provoke their spirit by throwing something heavy at the driver. This in turn allows the pushing to continue. Okay, yeah, not what I'd originally planned, but let's see how much you scrapped for. Has to be a pretty penny to be made in your organs if nothing else. Using our newly acquired skills, I feel confident that we can get the car over to the prison with minimal effort. Perfect, we'll call you inmate 1. Now let's get inmate 2 so he isn't alone. Oh dear, this isn't good. Apparently I've fallen asleep at the wheel of my pallet truck. Or wait, I just blacked out, but now the pallet truck is gone. Evidence successfully hidden. We'll just return home and see if there's a way. Okay, I can't open the door. The door's locked. The mailman just posted it. Wait a minute. I am the mailman. That was a plot twist and a half. Back in the town, Graham returned my truck for a £1 fee. After this rip-off, I refused to ever purchase another tool from him. Scumbag. Anyway, pallet truck back in hand. Let's get another car. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to do. Never mind, you look comfy, so we'll leave you perched up there for now. Instead, we'll bring the Mini in. Smooth. We're gonna have to bring the phone booth car in from the cold. Oh my, you really don't want to be caught, do you? Ah, good timing. Winston arriving with the tools. Now just to unload them. Oh dear, this isn't going as smooth as before. Damn it, Winston, get down from there. That spot's already taken. Okay, I've built the front of the cage. It's quite good like, but I think it could be cagier. Supplies are getting a bit thin though, and I don't think Winston is able to do any more orders. You know what? Bedtime again. Things have a way of fixing themselves. And the game's broken. I can't look away from the mailbox or the door. God damn it. Well, now we're carless in our prison. This is really annoying. The building was almost finished. I'll give it one last try to get the cars inside before I call it quits forever. First, we'll bring Winston back over. He has a couple of windows I want to install instead of bars. Easy does it, Winston. Winston, stop flipping over the pallet truck. You'll hurt yourself. God damn it, Winston. What did I just say? Actually, that was pretty cool. I take it back.
Nice.
Let's get the windows on site. Maybe if we just pick you up, move you. Yep. Okay. And close this. Oh, shit. Okay, after that ordeal, I've managed to capture another Mini. Now to carefully move it inside. Great. Oh, hi Winston. Fancy seeing you here for the first time today. Now for another Mini. Just carefully maneuver it past Winston. Winston, you could move out of the way, you know. It would be easier to... Okay, never mind, I've done it. Okay, one last car for luck. Just, yeah. Okay, it's on the caravan. Now to just, yeah, and push it past Winston. Seriously, mate, move your truck. Whatever, he's in, and we have no choice but to stop there. As I got the pallet truck stuck in a hole. Yay. Oh, now you move. Now the hard task of rebuilding around the cars. And we're done. What a picturesque building. A building that isn't just a house, but a home. I can't wait to see little Timmy climbing all over the interior play cars. Actually, do you know what? I'm just going to sell this place. I'm that proud of it. Awesome. We made back slightly less money than we started with. I guess profit is one of those words open to interpretation, and I feel richer from the experience. Actually, no, it was just a giant ball ache. But what of the cars? Did they go with the property? No, they're still here. What to do with you now? Oh my, well, I'm transcending again. Every damn video. It's becoming a bit of a cliche now. Ow.